Hi, my name is Tanya and I love to explore. I work full-time, so most of my traveling is limited to long weekends. Back around Black Friday, I found a direct flight to Oslo, Norway for only $240, and I couldn't pass up the chance to take even a short trip to discover Norway. Join me on this 3-part adventure where I see as much of Norway as I can in one long weekend. In this week's video, I explore Nordic history, culture, and cuisine before I say farewell to Norway for a while. Nomads, I am back at the Oslo Opera House, and it is so different looking in the day than it is at night. And the day is just beautiful, and the sun is just coming up over the mountains over there, and I'm excited to see a little bit more of Oslo. So the day started getting away from me. I guess time flies when you have a hotel room to relax in. So I dropped my stuff off at the train station and I got a second cup of coffee because it's a second cup of coffee kind of day, and a pastry, like a chocolate stick. Looks good. So since the day started really getting away from me, I decided to take a bus to the furthest point that I'm going to today, which is the Viking Museum, which is behind me. They have real ships that have been reconstructed that they found. I've been to a Viking museum once before in Denmark, so it'll be interesting to see how they compare to each other. So this first ship you see when you enter the museum is huge, and it was found in a ship burial grave. So they buried women in the ship in a grave, and it was covered with moist soil, so it's well preserved, and it was crushed, so it had to be restored, but it still contains over 90% of the original wood used to make it, so it's pretty much all what it originally was. This Gokstad ship was the largest of the 3 ships that was found, and it has shields that were found with it, which is neat. Although this Tun ship is the saddest looking of the 3 ships that were discovered, it's interesting because it's the most recent ship to be built, and it was never dismantled from it being excavated. So you can still see some of the wool caulking that was used between the wooden planks to fuse it all together. The Vikings believed in an afterlife, so people were buried in these ship graves with all sorts of things they might need on their journey to the next life, including food, horses, sleighs for the horses, furniture, and some of these things were recovered with the ships, although a lot of the valuables were looted from the graves. One thing I didn't want to miss out on in Oslo is seeing some Edvard Munch art. You may know him from his famous painting called The Scream, where there's like this expressionist person going, "Ooh!" Well, I can't see that painting because the National Gallery is closed this entire year because it's moving to an even bigger building, and I guess I can't put the painting somewhere else for me to see it, but there's a lot of Edvard Munch paintings in City Hall, and it's free to get in, so let's check it out. In addition to being a beautiful building where you can find a painting by Munch, it also has this grand hall when you first enter where the Nobel Peace Prize is given out every year. So in the appropriately named Monk Room, where they have receptions and wedding ceremonies, is this giant picture by Munch called Life, and it has old and young people surrounding the Tree of Life. So I just have a little bit more time left before I have to leave Oslo, so I came down to the Piers for a little bit more Norwegian food. I got a northern Norwegian platter that includes smoked whale, venison, and reindeer. So this dish is crazy big, has way more fish than I thought from the description, but the interesting bits are here. This is the reindeer heart right here, smoked whale, and this is the venison, which tastes really good. I just took a bit because I wasn't sure. Oh my god, that is good. Reindeer heart, which is new. I've just had the meat. The way it's prepared, it tastes like cold cuts. You wouldn't believe me if I told you it tastes like heart, because I've never had that much heart, but it tastes like heart. And finally, the smoked whale. Has a very sweet flavor, almost like a berry. I'm gonna be so full after I eat all this meat. Also salmon, which is supposed to be really good. I am really enjoying this dish, okay? Like, all the fish, the fresh fish is like sashimi style, so you can really taste the flavor. And there's peppercorns all over, so you get these little bursts of pepper. And it has some sort of like vinaigrette type dressing that really amps up the flavor. And every meat that I taste is just like a burst of delicious flavor. It's so good. I highly recommend it. And the whale is served with like dill cream cheese. Oh, such a good combination. Another free place you might consider visiting is the Oslo Cathedral, which is right behind me. It's a modest little cathedral, but it does host royal and state events. Well, that's it for my Norway series, but I have some more videos coming up, so if you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when new videos are available.